afternoon, everybody. Beside Martin here is Fred Passas, who will translate for French if there is a requirement. Okay, Tony?
Thank you, and Martin, well done again. We're all basking in the afterglow, I think, of the famous night. But if you want to tell us, après-match, what it was like for you and the squad.
Well, naturally euphoric. It was. You saw the scenes yourself in the stadium. It was almost replicated in the dressing rooms. Players were obviously very emotional, as you saw. I think I've just said to the written press guys that I thought that Brady's face probably epitomised how we all felt, and it was just wonderful moment. And we had a great journey home. It was memorable.
We saw the pictures on the bus,
which is a real problem, because there is no such thing as private moments anymore. You just knew that the players, who of course have IQs of about 15, what's it? Is it facing
Facebook?
No, Facebook and selfies and all that type of stuff. I don't know. Hopefully they weren't down at the front of the bus, otherwise they would have seen us. Yeah.
Does Fred need to translate?
Oh, I apologise.
No. Do we need translation? No? No. We do? Okay.
So.
Bonjour, félicitations à l'équipe. Vous avez fait un match fantastique. Pour la réplique de Martin O'Neill, la réponse était que l'équipe, ça a été émotionnel, qu'ils avaient très bien joué et que l'équipe, ont tous été fantastiques. Ensuite, suite aux photos, il y a eu des selfies devant le bus avec les Facebook. Et, you have to wait if you can.
Yep,
you remember.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay.
Ronnie Whelan said in commentary that before the goal, it was time for people to stop talking about Ronnie Whelan's goal in '88 or Ray Houghton's goal in '94, and for there to be more heroes. And I think we've got new heroes now in this team, the likes of Brady, Houlihan, Coleman. The list goes on.
Yeah.
Donc avant que le but arrive, on arrivait dans la période critique des 85 minutes et on est arrivé dans la période critique. En un an, nous avons des nouveaux héros comme Coleman, Brady, Wes Houlihan.
Well, it is nice for some of those players to be mentioned in the same breath as players like Whelan, who not only was a great player for Ireland, but obviously a great player for Liverpool as well. And so, if indeed they are being considered in the same light, then I think they will take that as a big compliment. I think that I thought the point that you were going to make to me was that we needed to seal that performance last night with a win, because I don't think that we wanted to go home feeling that, yeah, great performance, but should have had a penalty, didn't do. Wes should have scored, didn't do. And you know what? In 2 days' time, it's forgotten. So we've come up big in the end of the game, and deservedly so. But for that to mean that we have qualified and to go through was just immense in that sense. So at least we will take great pride in that.
Je voulais remercier les joueurs. C'est toujours un compliment d'avoir des joueurs comme ça dans l'équipe d'Irlande, d'avoir des joueurs qui ont joué pour Liverpool. Je pense qu'ils ont fait une bonne performance. On ne voulait pas rentrer en France, donc c'est pour ça qu'il fallait qu'hier soir on ait la victoire. Et on va essayer de continuer maintenant.
And just one more from me. How much of this journey now reminds you of back to Northern Ireland and the fact that you're playing the host France next and that you played Spain in '82?
Quelle journée ça vous rappelle parce que vous étiez dans le nord de l'Irlande et maintenant que vous allez jouer la France?
Yes, when I think about it, there are definite similarities. We went on a journey in 1982 that brought us up against the host nation that we had to beat to get through to the quarterfinals, and that was an immense moment for us, and one that I will never forget. And there are similarities between that and now facing France on Sunday. It's a game that we'll look forward to. We must look forward to the game, but not just look forward to it. Actually believe that you can compete and win the game. We have to think that, because the performance last night will give us an enormous boost of confidence, and we need to carry that through.
Il y a des simultanéités. On devait gagner ce match hier soir. On l'a fait. Maintenant, l'équipe a pris une grande confiance en elle. Donc on doit emmener ça avec nous et pour essayer de battre l'équipe de France ce week-end dimanche.
Martin, how did you decide on your team for last night? When did you do it? When did you think, it was such a bold selection, when did you think that's what I'm going to do? Who did you consult with? You know, when did you tell guys like Glenn Whelan, John O'Shea? When did that plan formulate?
Well, I think... Sorry.
It's okay. Quand as-tu décidé d'effectuer ton 11 pour le match d'hier contre l'Italie et la France?
No, we lacked, I felt, in the game against Belgium, I thought that we lacked, I don't know, for some reason or other, we were off the pace of the game. And there's maybe a thought that a third game in 9 days for some of the older players of the team might present a problem. What we need to do was re-energise the team, and players who would come into the side and feel that they've been waiting around for a few weeks to try and get a chance to play. And this, I keep saying, is tournament football. You have, if you can, use some players of the squad. It's never been down to 11 players and then just someone coming in because someone has been suspended or injured. It's about trying to utilise it as best we could, and that's what we did.
J'ai ressenti contre le match de la Belgique qu'il y avait des joueurs qui pouvaient être un petit peu fatigués. Une équipe, c'est 23 joueurs et pas 11 joueurs, donc voilà pourquoi j'ai effectué des changements. Et il peut toujours y avoir des blessures.
Martin, do you think that last night was great, not just for the night itself, but also for what it meant for the future? So many young players stepping up, emerging, having big nights that will be remembered forever. Will you also see an Ireland team that can go on from this?
Yes, very much so. I think that we have the nucleus of a decent team going forward. Some young players coming in, players who have shown great enjoyment about playing for their country. That's been the case for the older players. They wouldn't have lasted that long in the game had they not a great passion for it. But it is nice to see some younger players coming through, feeling as if that they belong in this international company, which is the most important thing. Most important thing for the players to feel that they actually belong on this stage, and then to go and try and do something about it. And so for the future, it looks good. But I will naturally look forward to the future when it comes. But while we're here in the present, let us go on. Let's be delighted the way we performed. Let's think about it for a day, and let's get ready for France.
Je pense qu'il y a une nouvelle génération de joueurs qui arrivent. Il y a des joueurs qui ont vieilli, mais les nouveaux joueurs veulent vraiment se battre pour le pays, pour le maillot. Et ça fait vraiment plaisir de voir des jeunes qui se donnent autant pour cette équipe. Je pense que le futur s'annonce très très bien. Pour moi, en ce qui me concerne, je suis pressé de voir le futur et je remercie pour la performance.
Martin, what did yourself and Roy Keane say to each other at the full-time whistle?
Martin et Roy Keane, qu'est-ce que vous avez dit à la mi-temps?
I told him to shave his beard.
Je lui ai dit de raser sa barbe.
It was ruffling my chin, you know. And I don't want him to hug me again ever.
Et j'ai pas envie qu'il me fasse un câlin encore.
What did he say to you?
He said, "You are an ugly sod," of which I agreed wholeheartedly.
Tu n'es pas beau, mais je suis d'accord avec lui.
I then retorted and said he wasn't Paul Newman either.
And he was not, il n'était pas aussi.
Martin,
We were delighted to win the game, and to be part of that evening, and that was pretty special, really, and genuinely that's how we felt. We felt that we were part of that evening, and an evening not to be forgotten, but and just to see the fans enjoy it, kind of made up for the Belgium game, and I think more than made up for it. And as I said last night, and worth reiterating, players and fans together, fusing in a way that I think kept each other going.
Bien sûr que c'était une soirée fantastique pour les fans. On voulait oublier le match de la Belgique et c'est toujours fantastique de voir une fusion entre les joueurs et les fans.
Martin, when you look at the challenge that France will bring on Sunday, do you think their style is more akin to what Italy played last night or to Belgium last weekend?
Par rapport au match contre la Belgique et maintenant qu'on va jouer contre la France, qu'est-ce que vous pensez que la rencontre, comment va se passer la rencontre?
Well, the first thing is that France have some individual talent that is mesmerising. They've been very, very good players. Little lad Kanté playing in the middle of the field is a sensational season for Leicester City. You'd have to say that Pogba is a really good player. I don't know the ins and outs of what they'll do about their team. I'm not in control of that. Do I think obviously as the home nation playing in front of their home crowd, I assume that they will have the vast majority of the tickets, and it'll be a tough evening or a tough afternoon, but we're ready for it. So, I think that we would have to play in the manner which we did last night. We'd have to play with the same confidence, have to play with the same intensity, and I think if we can do that, I think we can cause them problems.
Martin, have you had an opportunity? Sorry.
Donc, premièrement, la France a de très belles individualités. Ils ont des joueurs qui sont fantastiques. Le milieu de terrain est très fort avec Pogba, des joueurs comme Kanté de Leinster. Jouer à la maison pour l'équipe de France, c'est toujours plus facile parce qu'ils auront la majorité des supporters dans le stade. Mais je pense qu'on leur posera des problèmes. Car si on joue comme hier soir, il y a de fortes chances qu'on leur pose des problèmes et l'équipe irlandaise, pour le moment, a une grande confiance en elle.
Martin, have you had an opportunity to watch the match back, or is it something that you would like to do together as a group?
There's a little spiders just floating around here, and it's driving me insane, honestly. And I thought I'd done for it a couple of times, and I haven't yet. It's gone. It's evaded me. It's all right. We will. Haven't had a chance to watch it back yet. The players, we didn't get into around it. Well, didn't get to bed till around about 5:30 last night or this morning, and up early. So we've given the lads a bit of a lie-in. I saw them at lunchtime. They've got a bit of time off to see families and that today, and we'll certainly get round to it. Possibly not this evening. I think just let them finish that there, but we'll start and we'll watch it together. I think tomorrow. And you're talking about the France game now, or you?
The game against Italy last night.
That unfortunately has now passed, and it's we'll watch snippets of it, but I'm not so sure I could sit through 90 minutes of it again. I think we might lose.
Donc, en fait, non, j'ai pas eu l'opportunité de revoir le match d'hier soir, car nous sommes rentrés très tard. Il était 5h30 du matin. Aujourd'hui, les joueurs ont une journée de repos. Ils sont restés en famille. Demain, Je pense qu'on regardera le match. Est-ce que ce serait France-Italie? Non, France-Italie, c'est du passé, mais on commencera à travailler sur l'équipe de France.
And Martin, so how impressed were you with the way that Seamus Coleman seemed to embrace the role as captain last night on such a big occasion?
Martine, comment est votre impression sur la performance de Seamus Coleman?
Yes, we talked about it just about half an hour ago. Really impressive. He is an impressive young man. He's very quiet off the field, but he has shown a great intensity for this competition. He's ready for it, and I think he embraced the captaincy, took it in his stride, and not only did he embrace it, I thought he was a captain in everything that he did. And some of the players have mentioned that he was inspirational in his little speech to the players, which was great.
Oui, on en a parlé il y a une demi-heure. C'est un jeune joueur, un fantastique jeune joueur. Il a pris le brassard de capitaine et il a su parler aux joueurs. Il a fait un travail fantastique et je pense qu'il est prêt maintenant à pouvoir rester capitaine.
Okay, last couple of questions, Paul, and then here.
Martin, because last night's formation worked so well, would you be tempted to reuse the same sort of tactics for the French game?
Parce que, Martin, l'équipe a très bien fonctionné hier soir, est-ce que vous êtes prêt à garder le même 11 de départ pour le match contre la France?
I think the first thing that I have to look at is how the players have come out of the game. And in terms of injuries, I think that the Stephen Ward picked up an injury in the first half, that his ankle is well blown up at the moment, but he's desperate to play, obviously. He's played very well last night, continuing on. And so we'll have a look at him. John Walters is trying to make an attempt to get fit as well, too. Obviously, he wants to be part of it, and he's been a major part of our campaign. And it'd be nice to have him in contention if it was possible. I don't know that there until tomorrow. But I think that we'll see how they come out of it first, and then take sort of energy levels into consideration again. They put an amazing amount of work in last night. And for someone like James McLean, who I'm sure could sleep for a week after the effort he put in, let's see how they come out of it first.
Pour garder le même 11 de départ, il va falloir regarder au niveau des blessures, car Stephen Wards s'est blessé à la cheville hier un petit peu. Elle est hanche-free. Il a énormément envie de jouer, donc on va tout faire pour qu'il soit présent ce jour-là. Il y a eu Jonathan Walters, qui a été en grande partie un joueur important pour la qualification de l'Irlande lors de l'Euro. Pour le moment, on ne sait pas s'il pourra jouer, mais il essaie de récupérer et d'être présent pour le match de la France contre l'Irlande. Et un joueur comme James McLean, après sa performance d'hier, je pense qu'il va pouvoir dormir pendant une semaine maintenant.
Oui, allô. Oui, monsieur Naïm, bonjour. Je suis journaliste français. J'ai deux questions en fait. La première, vous aurez 3 jours de récupération en moins par rapport à la France. Quel commentaire ça vous inspire? La seconde, est-ce qu'on peut parler de revanche par rapport au dernier match entre la France et l'Irlande?
Bonjour. Bonjour. So, I'm a French journalist. So I would like to know, because you will have 3 days left to recover about the French team, because they finished before. And my second question is, how do you feel about the next game again, France-Ireland, after the Thierry handball?
Yeah, it does seem a disproportionate amount of time that that one team has to recover from another, and that might become very, very important. So it is a lot of days, but I understand as the host nation that you should get some particular favours, and if the competition was in Ireland, I would do exactly the same myself. I would have the teams that play Ireland play every single night, and we wouldn't have to play for a year, you know. So on the other point, in the Thierry Henry, it's obviously causing, it's still causing some controversy. I think perhaps maybe more in France than it is in Ireland. I think that we have decided to forget about it, and that's some doing coming from Ireland. And I think that I think it will be a talking point, obviously, but I don't think it will concern us when we play the game.
Bien sûr, c'est toujours important d'avoir plusieurs jours de repos pour récupérer. Si l'Euro avait été en Irlande, on aurait fait exactement la même chose. Donc c'est normal que la France ait un traitement de faveur. Par rapport à la main de Thierry Henry, je pense que ça concerne plus maintenant la France que l'Irlande. Je pense que l'Irlande maintenant commence à oublier ce petit problème.
Okay, last question here, please. Peter.
Hey, Martin, how you doing? Just one quick one. I was just wondering what Gianluigi Buffon said to you last night, and also just where does last night rank against some of your achievements with Celtic and Leicester?
En fait, c'est par rapport à Buffon et par rapport au Celtic, quand vous étiez manager de Celtic et de Leinster.
Well, second question first. I think that in many ways, the evening last night was reminiscent of some great European nights at Celtic. Really was. It's, we just talked about it just slightly earlier. Then we had a great evening against Juventus some years ago, where the place was absolutely rocking, and we followed that up with a couple of other great European nights. One against Liverpool, where the atmosphere was incredible. And that's what it felt like last night, you know. And so I could see parallels drawn with that. And it was a real memorable evening. It really was. In terms of, where it ranks, let us see. It was a great evening. It carries us through, which was great. Now let us see how we get on in the game coming up. And Buffon was he was very complimentary, which was very nice of him. Very, very pleasant, considering he has been one of the great goalkeepers of all time.
Tony, we Irish fans were advised to go to the ticketing portal at 2 p.m. today. So far for this game, 3,500 tickets were sold during the initial ticketing phase last February, when the ticketing portals opened for the first time. The problem with this game is it's against the host nation, and the host nation have snapped up the vast majority of tickets. So it's in, as you know, Stade de Lyon, which is about 55,000 capacity on the night. The vast majority will be French and have been sold already. That's the difficulty which we have. We have secured an extra 1,000 tickets on top of the 3,500 through the UEFA internal sales quota, and our CEO, John Delaney, today secured an additional 104 tickets. We will obviously continue to canvass UEFA for more tickets for this game, but fans are advised that this is it's going to be very, very hard to accommodate all, and we'll just see what we can do as we go on with regards to freeing up more tickets from UEFA.
Considering the capacity of the stadium and how big an impression our fans have made, you know there's going to be a huge clamour for tickets, and they will try and do as they have done in the past, anything to make it to the stadium.
The clamour has begun. It's been unbelievable, as you can imagine, Tony, and we will try and satisfy as best we can, but it's going to be very difficult. Thank you.